Hi, and welcome to the channel if you are new. Today's practice is yoga Pilates flow, so mix of yoga and Pilates, Yogalates. It's pretty core focused, so a lot of work for the abs, but not only the front core, also the side core and the back. Overall core focused practice. Also slightly balletic, so a little bit of ballet influenced moves as well. Just nice elongating and engaging practice. Only thing you need is your mat. And today we will start from the back. So roll out your mat, come down, lie down, and we can get started. Lie on your back. Hug the knees into your chest. Gently rock and roll side to side to release the lower back. You can make small circles with your knees. Indeed, releasing both directions. And maybe circle the knees the opposite direction to release the hips as well. Reverse. Keep the right knee bent. Extend the left leg down to the floor. Interlace your fingers under your kneecap on your shin bone and gently pull the right knee in. Try to keep the left leg on the floor. You can always flex your left toes and really press the left heel down. Gently hug it in. Hug the elbows in, back of your head, resting on the floor. And then interlace the fingers below your hamstring, behind your hamstring. Start to bend your elbows to the side and really use this to pull your upper body off the floor. So bend your elbows to the side, shoulders away from your ears. Press the lower back down and really push forward with your thigh, pull back with your hands. And then float the left leg off the floor. Make sure the lower back stays on the floor, but your shoulder blades are floating off the floor, really rounding the upper back. Keep everything still. Only point your left toes and lift your left leg up to the ceiling. Flex your ankle, heel leads the way down. Inhale, point to lift. And exhale, flex to lower. Pressing the lower back down. Exhale, lower. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Everything else remains still. Navel in and up. Let's do one more. And now keep the left leg hovering off the floor. Press the lower back down. Release your arms. Keep the shoulder blades floating off the floor. Reach your fingers forward, palm facing up. And then start to turn over to your left, but not all the way, hovering. Keep the position the same, like hovering. You're almost going onto your side. And then slowly go all the way. You can extend your left fingers over your head. And then just let the right knee come down. So you're really lying on your side. Let's make circles with the right hand. Reach your fingers forward over your knee, up and over, behind you. Follow with your eyes. Just warming up. Make big circles, up and over. Turn your head. Reach your fingers out to the side. 2 more. And after the last one, keep the right fingers behind you and enjoy the twist a little longer. So start to lower the right shoulder down. It doesn't need to meet the floor. Now your right knee is maybe on the floor, so little by little, allow the right shoulder to reach the floor. And then slowly come back to the center. Hug the knees in. Rock and roll, a little side to side. And let's go to the other side. Left knee bend, extend the right leg down. Interlace your fingers under your kneecap and pull the knee in closer to your shoulder. Hug the elbows in. Create a little pressure and always hug the elbows in, using the biceps to pull the knee in. Back of your head resting on the floor. And again, if your right leg is lifting off the floor, flex your right ankle, really press the heel down. Let's interlace the fingers behind hamstring. And then push forward with your thigh, pull back with your hands. Let that help you to lift the upper body off the floor right away. Elbows up and to the side, shoulders away from your ears. So you wanna run the upper back a little more, but keep the lower back on the floor. Hover the right leg off the floor. Everything remains still except point your right toes. Lengthen the right leg up to the ceiling. Flex your ankle to bring down. Inhale, lift. Shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, over. Go through the length. Exhale, over. And navel in. Press the lower back down. Round the space between your shoulder blades. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now try to keep the position. Only release your arms, fingers reaching forward, palms facing up. Reach a little further and start to turn over to your right halfway. Keep everything the same, only halfway. Really finding your core, reaching out. And then slowly go all the way to your side. Reach your right fingers over your head. You can bring the left knee all the way down, resting on the floor. And let's make circles. Reach your fingers, left fingers forward, up and over. Follow with your eyes. Big circles. Try to make it as free as possible. Reaching out, up and over. Yeah, and last one. Lift fingers behind you and allow the left shoulder to get heavier. Doesn't need to reach the floor, but little by little, let the chest open. Release, come back to the center. Hug the knees in to realign your spine, your hips. And then bring the hands under your hips. It's gonna be a little bit easier. Or actually, not yet. Not yet. Keep the arms down by your side, palms facing down. Extend your legs pointing up to the ceiling. And let's work on the feet a little bit, the articulation. So point your ankles, point your toes, knees straight. And then start to flex your toes only. Press the poles of your feet up to the ceiling, and then flex all the way your ankles as well. Now point your ankles, extend your ankles, keep the toes flexed, and then point your toes. Now flex your toes first, then your ankles. Really pressing the heels up, toes down. And now extend, point your ankles first, and then your toes. Couple more. Just the toes flex, then your ankles. Now point your ankles, then your toes. Find a slight outer rotation. So turn out from your hips. Keep pressing the lower back down. Same thing here. Point your toes. Now only flex your toes. Keep pressing the balls of your feet up to the ceiling, and now flex all the way from your ankles. Now point your toes. Or your ankles better? Point your toes. You know what to do. Just keep articulating. Flex. Point and point. So flex and flex. Point and point. One more flex and flex. Point and point. Nice. Shake your legs. And then, now bring the hands onto your hips. Gonna make it a little bit easier. Keep pressing the lower back down, hug your ribs in. And then find your outer rotation. So turn out, no need to be huge outer rotation. Dancers, if you wanna outer rotate a little more, outer rotate a little more. And now start to flex your ankles, bend your knees, diamond shape, and then keep the heels glued together. Frogs, extend the legs diagonally, and bend, heels closer to you, and extend, and bend. Really glue your heels together, keep pressing the lower back down. And bend. Extend and bend. If you want to add on your feet, start to point your toes and your ankles. When you extend, flex your toes and your ankles when you bend. So point all the way through your toes and then flex when you bend. Or just keep the feet flexed all the time. Nice. And then you can keep going like this or release your hands. Palms facing up. Start to reach your fingers forward. Again, head and shoulders off the floor. Shoulder blades floating off the floor. And extend. And bend. Work your inner thighs as well. Extend. And bend. Try to keep the shoulders away from your ears. If your hands are under your hips, release your hands now and try to join for last two. Extend. Bend. Last one, extend. Keep extending, reaching forward. Can you make your way up to your high bow teaser, whatever you want to call it? Are we in yoga or Pilates? Nice. Cross your ankles and find your way to your all fours. Take a couple of soft cat cows here. Inhale to melt your heart. Widen your sit bones. And exhale, round tailbone under. Again, inhale, melting, arching. And exhale, rounding, connecting. One more inhale. And exhale. And then lie down on your belly all the way, chest down. Open your legs hip distance apart. Keep pressing the top of your feet down. You can activate your knees, but press the top of your feet down. Maybe don't auto-rotate quite yet. Turn the inner thighs up to the ceiling. Open your arms out to the side. You can keep your shoulders, forehead off the floor. So lift up a little. And then we want to work on the shoulders, warming up. Turn your right palm facing up, left palm facing on right shoulder, outer rotated, left shoulder, inner rotated. And then switch to the other side. Keep reaching the fingers out to the side and really find this outer rotation, inner rotation in the shoulders, external rotation, internal, external. Keep going. Legs active, belly button in and up, and just warming up the shoulders, but fingers active as well, really reaching out, really working the upper back as well. Let's do 4 more. Just breathe naturally. And that's it. Bring the hands under your forehead, bend your elbows to the side. Take a moment. You can release your lower back. Move your hips to the side to side. And then for the next one, you can always keep your hands here. But if possible, interlace the fingers behind your head. So bring the forehead down. Interlace the fingers behind your head. Lift your elbows up. Like you want to reach the elbows out to the side. Float the forehead off the floor. Keep pressing up with the back of your head against your hands. But don't come up really high forehead, just slightly hovering off the floor so you are supporting your neck. Activate your legs and then lift your right leg up. Keep the right hip on the floor and lower. Lift it up and lower. So always extend to lift and lower. 3 more, and lower, and lift, lower, last one. Lift the right leg down, left leg, keep the left hip on the floor though, only the leg lifts, and lift, and lower, through the length. Anytime you can release your forehead down as well. Make sure not to tense the neck too much. Let's do 3 more, and up, and last one. Nice. Release your forehead down for a moment, release your elbows down. You can move your hips to side to side, side to side. And this time if you want to, you can bring the heels together, open your toes a little so you're slightly out of rotating. Same thing, elbows up, forehead floating off the floor, shoulders still down. Lengthen the back of your neck and lift both legs and lower. Lengthen to lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 3 more. Navel up, shoulders down. Last one. Lower, nice. Release your forehead down. Remember, you can always release your hands down. Keep the forehead resting on your hands if you feel your neck too much. Last one, we're gonna do beads. So again, interlace the fingers behind your head or keep the hands under your forehead resting on your hands. Either way. Outer rotation, heels together. Activate your shoulders underneath the shoulder blades. Float the legs off the floor. And open, close. Don't hit your heels together. Still control. Open. Max the mat distance apart. Doesn't need to be really big. Movement. Just open, close. Squeeze your butt cheeks together. Outer rotate. Try to lift the belly button off the floor. That idea all the time, the belly button to your spine. And keep going. Open, close, open, close. Can you keep your upper body quite still? Just your legs. Maybe lift a little higher, open, close. Control, don't hit the heels, but touch them together. Let's do for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, hands down. You can turn your head a little side to side. You can move your hips a little side to side, side to side. And then last one, open your legs again about hip distance apart. Maybe find this slight inner rotation, or if you prefer outer rotation, up to you. But keep the legs active. Don't lift the legs off the floor. Keep pressing the top of your feet down. Now, Open, keep the elbows bent. Open your fingers a little. Squeeze the elbows a little closer to you. Lift up, stay here. Extend your fingers out to the side. Now bend again, lift a little higher. And extend. Bend again, lift a little higher. And extend. Bend again, lift a little higher. And extend, don't need to come that high. Again, bend, lift a little higher. And extend, one more bend. Lift a little higher. Extend, try to release your shoulders down. Beautiful. Bring the hands down under your shoulders and push yourself to your child's pose to round your spine. Release your spine. Turn your head a little side to side. Side to side. You can bring your hands to your back pockets to really press the hips down and then roll your spine up. Hui. Nice and warm. Come to your all fours. Spread the fingers wide. Bring the knees maybe slightly closer together. And then float the right knee off the floor. Start to open the right knee to the side. Flex your ankle and extend the heel out. Bend and now cross the right knee underneath you towards the left elbow. Again, open to the side. Extend, bend and cross underneath. Try to keep your shoulders quite still. Weight even. Extend to the side. Bend and cross. Press the hands down. Grip the mat. Extend, bend and cross. Let's do one more. Extend to the side. Bend and cross. Now, lift the right knee back behind you. Keep the knee bent. Make sure not to open your hips. Arch your spine. Look forward or slightly up. Feel your right hamstring. Now round the right knee underneath you. Forehead to your knee. Now really round. Again, lift the knee behind you. Feel your hamstring. Try not to auto-rotate. And round. Forehead to your knee or knee to your forehead. Up and over, one more like this. And exhale, round in. This time when you lift the right leg back and you release the left hand and grab the foot from the inside. Lift up, micro-bend your right elbow, look forward, feel the shoulders stretch. Keep pressing the left shin down as well. Release. Now with your left hand, grab the right knee and pull it in, round a little more. Again, find your foot. And kick up, micro-bend your right elbow. Feel your shoulder, find your balance. Release. Find your knee. Lift it a little higher. Round. One more. Find your foot. Kick up. Body weight even. Release. Find your knee. Lift it up. Bring the left hand down and cross the right knee. Let's go behind the left knee. I want it to go forward, but go behind. And then move a little back and forward. So your knees are crossed, thighs are crossed. Just moving back and forward, back and forward. Nice. Maybe stay back. Move your hips a little side to side. Try to release your hips. And then come back into your all fours. Same to the other side. Knees are a little bit closer together. Shoulders right above your wrist. Spread the fingers wide. Hover the left knee off the floor. Open to the side. Flex your ankle, extend. Bend the knee and cross towards the right elbow. Again, open to the side and extend. bend, cross underneath. Body weight even if possible. Bend and cross 2 more. Extend to the side. Round the twist. And 1 more. And twist. Now lift the left knee right behind you. Make sure not to auto-rotate. Maybe feel your left hamstring cramping. Oof. And then around underneath you. Really around the upper back. Forehead to your knee. Again, knee back behind you. Lift the heel up. And round. Press the mat away. Inhale to lift. Maybe look up. And exhale to round. This time, can you release the right hand? Find the foot from the inside. And then kick the heel up. Keep pressing the right shin down as well. Feel the shoulder opening. Release. Right hand finds the left knee to lift a little higher. Round a little more. Really press down with your hand on your shin. Again, find the foot behind you. Open your chest. Kick up to the ceiling. Release. Find your knee. Round a little more. Yeah, last one. Find your foot behind you. Keep kicking up. Maybe looking up. And release. Find your knee. Hug it in. Round in. Compress. Release the right hand down. And this time, cross the left knee behind your right knee. Open your feet a little and just move. Front and back. Bring the hips back. And forward. And back. Forward. And stay leaning back. And feel free to move your hips to side to side. Side to side. Nice. And now maybe open your feet a little wider so you can sit between your heels. Not gonna stay in the cow face. Just release your legs, move forward and lie on your back again. Hug the knees in. Now extend your left leg down to the floor. Extend your right toes pointing up to the ceiling. Open your arms out to the side, palms facing down. And start to make circles with your right leg. Really keep the hips still. Only as big as you can control. One way around. Circle around. Slowly with the control. Make sure the left side of your body stays grounded on the floor and the right hip doesn't come up as well. One way around. Using your deep core. And then change the other way around. Make a circle as big as you can control. Nothing else moves than your leg. Back of your shoulders. Ground it down. One more. Nice. Now let's do the same thing. But left leg floating off the floor, shoulder blades hovering off the floor. So now reach your fingers by your side, turn the palms facing up. Start to reach forward. Again, float the head and shoulders off the floor. Left leg floating off the floor. And we make circle. 1. Try to keep the body still. 2. 3. Pressing the lower back down. 4. And 5. Reverse the circle. For 1. Look at your navel. 2. 3. 4. 5. Right leg a little higher than your left. Keep reaching forward. Start to turn over to your left halfway. As we did earlier, the other knee bent halfway there. Keep reaching your fingers forward towards your toes and slowly come all the way to your left hand side. You can extend the left arm over your head. Right fingers in front of you. Float the legs off the floor. Zip up your lower core. See or check that you can see your toes if you look down. And bend your right knee. Left leg hovering. Extend. Right knee into your chest. And extend. Bend. Extend. Bend. Extend. Bend. Extend. Now left knee. Keep it hovering off the floor, the left leg all the time. And extend. Bend. Extend. Right hip stays on top of your left hip. Extend. Try to hover the left ribs off the floor too, always controlling the side body. And extend. Keep the legs together. Bend both. Extend. Bend in. Lengthen. 2 more. Last one. Extend. Hovering at the floor. Right leg stays. Lower the left. And zip up. Lower. Meet the right. Lower. And lift. 2 more. And up. Hip flexors straight. Keep the legs together. Lower. Lift up parallel to the floor. Lower. Lift to the height of your right hip. Lower. And lift. Lower. Lift. 1 more. Lift. Now you're gonna turn back onto your back, but try to press the lower back down and keep the shoulders and heels hovering off the floor. Keep reaching the fingers forward. Lift your shoulder blades off the floor. Lift, reach, and lower down onto your back. Hug the knees in. And then let's go to the other side. Extend the right leg down. Left toes pointing up to the ceiling. Open your arms, palms facing down. Back of your shoulders grounded on the floor. And we make a circle 1. Make sure to keep the right side of your body well grounded on the floor. Left hip doesn't come up. Really using your deep core. Try to release the hip flexor the best you can. And only as big as you can control. Let's do a couple more. And then reverse the circle. Once again, control. For now, you're still pressing the right leg down. Getting the support from the floor as well. And last one. Nice. Left toes pointing up to the ceiling. Reach your fingers forward down by your side. Palms facing up. Reach to lift your head and shoulders off the floor. Float the right leg off the floor. Keep the body still. Press the lower back down. And make circle 1. And 2. Look at your navel. 3. Still space between your chin and your chest. Try to keep the body as still as possible. Ooh, the other way around. 4, 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Left leg a little higher. Keep reaching forward. Start to turn over to your right. Halfway, navel in and up. Keep reaching. Control. And really slowly lie on your side. Here we are. I'm nicely back facing you again, but that's all right. So left hand in front of you. Float the legs off the floor. Navel in and up. Make sure to hover the right hips off the floor. Really working your side body. And bend your left knee in. And extend. Bend in. Extend. 3 more. Extend. 2. Last one. Nice. Change it to the right. Left leg stays. And extend. Try not to open your left hip. Keep it in level with your right. In. Extend. 2 more. Last one. Legs together. Bend. And extend. Two more. Nice. Leave it extended. Left leg stays. Lower the right. And zip up. Lower. Make sure the legs are right underneath you. You can see your toes if you look down. 2 more. Keep the legs together. Lower, lift in line with the left hip. Lower and lift. 3 more. Last one. And then we start to turn onto the back. Keep the shoulders and heels hovering off the floor. Keep reaching your fingers forward. Up, up, up. And in the end, maybe make your way up to your high boat, your teaser, cross your ankles and find your way to your all fours. Let's actually flow through one vinyasa. You can lift your hips up to your down dog, walk the heels. Feel free to lower the knees down if you feel like, or roll the body weight forward to a high plank and chaturanga. Hug the elbows in. Inhale, up dog or cobra, just to open the hip flexors. You can shift the body weight a little right and left. If you're in your cobra, just enjoy it. Maybe look over your right shoulder, over your left. Lift the navel in and up. Push the chest forward and up. Shoulders outer rotated, really lifting off the floor. Use your core to lift your hips to your down dog. Lower the knees down. And then let's work on the side body a little more. So here, bend your right elbow down, right elbow right under your shoulder in line with your right knee. Feel free to turn your right toes out just a little if needed to. Right fingers facing forward. And then we start to turn sideways. Might be hard to find your balance. You can always tuck your right toes under as well if that works better for you. Start to turn the body sideways. Keep the left fingers on the floor first. Lift your left leg parallel to the floor and really push your hips forward and see if you can find your balance here. Reach your left fingers forward. Try to open your shoulders and your hips. Now lower the left leg and lift. Lower, strong core and lift. Lower, lift. Let's do 2 more. Try to keep the hip flexors open. And lift. Now flex your left toes. Swing the left toes in front of you. And back underneath. Push your hips forward. Now reach your left fingers diagonally. Forward, toes back. Find a long line. And fingers pointing up to the ceiling, leg parallel. Again, flex your toes, swing in front of you. And return. Now reach diagonally back, fingers forward. Back to the center. Flex your ankle, kick the heel forward. Align. And reach diagonally. And back. Let's do 2 more. In front of you. Really tricky for your balance. Helps when you keep your glutes active. Keep pushing your hips forward. Keep the chest open. And last one. Beautiful. Bring the left hand down. Release the left knee down. Let's stretch the right shoulder a little. So walk your left fingers forward. Reach the right fingers over to your left. You can actually lean the hips all the way back to your heels. Reach further to the side with your right fingers. And then lower your forehead down. Try to square the weight. Really pressing the left side of your body down as well. Feel the outer right shoulder. Nice. Come back into all fours and we have the other side to go. So, left elbow down, in line with your shoulder, in line with your knee. You can turn your left toes out just a little. Start to extend the right leg back behind you. Stay in your right fingertips first for the balance. Really check that you can find your balance. Flex your right toes. Extend your right fingers up to the ceiling. Then you can point your right toes as well. Try to open the front side of your body. Strong core, strong glutes. Lower the right toes. And lift. Lower. And lift. Weight even. And lift. 2 more. So try to keep your hips in line. Try not to let them swing back and forth. That will help you to stabilize. Just keep the hips or push the hips forward a little. Flex your right ankle. Swing your right toes in front of you. Nice. And then extend diagonally. Leg behind you, fingers reaching forward. Back to the center. Flex your ankle, kick the heel in front of you. Return. Reach your fingers diagonally, toes diagonally. Really feel your hip flexor, your psoas even. Again, heel in front of you. Leg all the time parallel to the floor. There is an imaginary table underneath. 2 more. Kick the heel out. And then reach, extend. Hips pushing forward all the time. Last one. Nice. Bring the right hand down, right knee down. Stretch the left shoulder. Walk your right fingers forward. Dive the left underneath your right. Keep extending your left fingers over to your right. Lean the body weight back, hips on the heels, and then release your forehead closer to the floor. Chin over your left shoulder, left upper arm. And take a moment here. Nice. Release. Come to your down dog. So lift your hips up. You can paddle Pedal your heels a couple of times. And then look forward, step your feet outside your hands. Come to your Malasana Yogi squat, heels in, toes out, and squat down. Try to ground your heels if possible. And if it's possible, you can always bring the feet a little closer. But more important, try to ground your heels. Feel free to set something under your heels also if needed to. Bring the hands together to your heart center just for the moment to push the knees open, chest forward. Lengthen the lower back. And then interlace your fingers. Bring the hands behind your head. Really slide the elbows out to the side and press back with the back of your head towards your hands to lengthen the neck. Try to find a length for your spine here. We're gonna come up to standing. Press from your heels, and once you get up, extend your arms, flip the palms facing up, really lengthen side bodies. Navel in and up, ribs in, hips forward. Bend your elbows to the side, bring the hands behind your head and squat down. Open your shoulders. Again, press from your heels. Help with your pelvic floor. Start to extend your knees. Extend your arms, palms facing up. Lengthen side bodies. And squat down. Bend your elbows. Bring the hands behind your head. Keep going like this. Press from your heels. Navel in and up. Extend your arms. And squat down. Again, from the heels, hips forward, and squat down. Now next time when you get up, stay here, extend your arms, palms facing up, push your hips forward and start to bend over to your right. Right away, the right shoulder forward, open the left shoulder, navel in and up. Keep the body weight even, keep extending, also lengthening the right side of your body. Come back to the center. Over to the left, left shoulder forward, open the right shoulder, push your hips forward. Keep the front side of your body long. Keep extending the left side as well. Weight even on your legs. Press the heels down, the big toe mounts down. And come back to the center. And squat all the way down. And then release your hands. You can bring the hands together to your heart center. If you wanna do a little inner rotation for your shoulders here, see if you can bring the left back of your hand to your lower back. And then try to get the left elbow inside your left thigh. Maybe this is more than enough. You can do one at a time, or you can bring the right hand to your lower back as well and get the right shoulder inside. So hands on your lower back, elbows inside your thighs. Maybe I said shoulders, but elbows inside your inner thighs. And then gently press the knees in. You can always do that just helping with your hands too. It is quite intense. Always careful with your shoulders, but there is 2-in-1, 4-in-1 right here. If you do like this, inner rotation for your shoulders, opening for your hips, stretch for your Achilles, and also slightly working your core. And then really slowly release the left first, then the right. Slowly rotate the shoulders back and down. And then sit down all the way. And once again, lie down on your back. Hug the knees in. Now rock and roll, a little side to side. Then once again, extend your toes pointing up to the ceiling. Again, first round, you can bring the hands under your hips. Make it a little easier. Keep pressing the lower back down. And we're gonna walk down. So small steps, go right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Walk up. Small steps all the time, pressing the lower back down and hugging the ribs in. Legs can be outer rotated. Let's go down again, one by one. Keep working your deep core all the way down and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can keep going exactly like this, or you can once again try to lift your head and shoulders off the floor, shoulder blades off the floor, reach your fingers forward, palms slightly facing up. So choose either one. Maybe lift upper body off the floor and walk down. You can go a little faster now. Small steps and walk up. And walk down and walk up. Keep going like this, or start to make a circle. Walk down straight, walk up slightly from the right, walk down straight, walk up slightly from the left. One more. Walk down, walk up slightly from the right. Oof. Walk down and up slightly from the left. Reach and hug the knees in. A side core. Open your arms out to the side, palms facing down, 90-degree angle on your knees. Lower the knees, hovering off the floor to one side and return. Same to the other side. Make sure the back of your opposite shoulder stays grounded. Lower and lift. Maybe take an inhale to lower and exhale, return. Inhale to lower. Exhale back to the center. You can extend the top leg to add a little more. Or you can keep both legs extended. Same direct line. Try not to swing the legs further away from you or closer to your face. Just keep them going in the same line, side to side. Maybe for the last few, now when you drop the legs over to the side, bring them also closer to you. And back up. Closer to you, closer to your shoulder. And up. Last one, either side. Nice. And then we have feet left. Once again, you can bring the hands under your sacrum, under your hips. Slightly outer rotate your legs. Extend up to the ceiling, lower a little, and open, close 10 times. Always control, squeeze in, don't hit. Open, close, beats. No need to be really wide. And then one lower, open, close. Keep pressing the lower back down. And the lowest, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lift up. You can go again, 3 levels, highest. in the middle and the lowers. Just make sure the lower back is grounded on the floor. You can do the same. Lifting your head and shoulders off the floor. Reach your fingers forward, palms facing up. Really reach. Press the lower back down. Lower ankle. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And last one. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach and maybe find your way to your hypo teaser, shoulders away from your ears, and cross your ankles. Find your way to your all fours. Take a soft cat cow, open, and then gently round. Again, melt your heart, widen your sit bones, and round. We're gonna do the same set as we did on the modified side plank on the elbow, but this time, if your shoulder allows, we're gonna go right hand on the floor first. So start to turn your right toes, right fingers pointing out to the side, thumb is pointing forward. Extend the left leg back behind you. You can turn your right toes a little further back for the better balance. Here, just be really careful with your shoulder and try not to lock your right elbow when the fingers are pointing out. Again, push your hips forward. Float the left leg off the floor. Left arm reaches up to the ceiling. Lower the leg. And lift. Try not to tilt back with your hips. Lower. And lift, keep the shoulder right above your wrist. Up, last one. And up. Flex your left toes, kick the left heel in front of you. And then extend slightly back, reach your left fingers diagonally forward. Again, swing in front of you. And diagonally. 3 more. Spread the fingers wide also. Try to use the whole hand. And really important to micro bend your right elbow. Nice. Come back to the center. Right fingers facing forward. Set to the other side. So now turn the left fingers facing out, thumb is pointing forward. You can turn your left toes out a little for better balance. Extend your right leg back behind you, float it off the floor. Really push your hips forward. Right arm reaches up to the ceiling. Left shoulder is really auto rotated. Be careful with the control. Lower the right toes and lift. Bring it down. And up. Keep pushing your hips forward. Spread the fingers wide. Really grip the mat. One more. And up. Kick the heel in front of you. Flex your ankle. And then extend back behind you. Fingers diagonally. Again, swing in front of you. Try to keep the body still. And reach diagonally. 3 more. Also focus on the attachment points with the floor. 2 more. Last one. Nice. Come back into all fours. Fingers facing forward. Soft cat go. Around. Inhale. Exhale. And then let's try a full side plank just to hold it with fingers facing out. If you don't feel secure, always fingers just facing forward. Be careful, mindful with that. So start to turn your right fingers out, thumb is pointing forward. And then use your left hand as a support first. Start to find your side plank. Maybe legs are separated, so your right leg is slightly behind, left foot forward. Try to level your hips, your shoulders. Micro bend your right elbow and see how this feels. Take a moment here, lifting away from the floor. Try to press the whole hand down. Really careful with the shoulder, with your wrist. Release, bring the left hand down first, carefully through the center. You can release the knees down. Set the left hand first, maybe flip the right back of your hand down, just to counter. And then only do this if you feel secure. Otherwise, the traditional Vasisthasana, fingers facing forward. But if you are okay, fingers facing out, thumb is pointing forward, use your right hand as a support first. When you start to lift your knees off the floor and turn the body sideways. Right foot slightly in front for the better balance. Microbend your left elbow. And then see if you feel secure. Right fingers reaching up to the ceiling. Again, trying to press the whole hand down. Pressing away from the floor. And slowly bring the right hand down first. Carefully release the knees down. Left fingers facing forward. Flip the back of your hand down. Counter stretch. And take a puppy pose. Walk your hands forward. Start to lean the chest back. Bring the elbows down, forehead down. Allow your chest to melt down. If available, look forward and get the whole chest down. And stay here, breathe here. Try to release your arms. Let the belly move in and out. Slowly take your time to release. Bring your hands together, knees together, and really press down around your spine the best you can. Tailbone under, like you wanna push the hips forward, tuck the tailbone under. Press the hands down really around your whole spine the best you can. Hollow up. Now release. Sit the hips down to your heels. And that's about it today. So, yeah, take your time to stretch out, take a twist, anything you might feel. Maybe open your shoulders, rotate your head, release the neck. And once you are ready to leave your practice, always say that thank you to yourself for the effort, for the commitment, for the hard work, just simply taking care of yourself. Thank you for sharing the practice with me. And if you did like the practice, please help us by subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting, any of those, so we can keep the classes going here as well. Take care. Namaste.